Okay, so rough morning so far. I actually did plan to sleep in a little bit, which was nice, and I got to. So I was able to get 8 hours of sleep ish. Woke up at about 8 o'clock, so not quite 8 hours. Fun fact, when they say 8 hours of sleep, they actually mean 7.5 because they allot for 30 minutes for you to fall asleep. So there's a fun fact of the day. But I am off to a one-to-one with a gentleman that, ironically, I found out is in the Republican Party here in town, but a guy that I met through a networking group called Catan. The one I think I mentioned to you guys, I went to that last Thursday, I believe, where it was more of a mastermind group and like critical thinking session instead of a typical networking group. But a guy I met there connected me to this gentleman. He owns a printing shop, and he thinks that he can help me with ideas for branding, name, logo, etc. As I'm starting my brokerage. So hopefully this one-to-one will be a good connection. But I said I was off to a rough morning because I did have an appointment today. This lady is interviewing with a company in town, and they don't offer insurance. And I was supposed to meet with her from 3 to 4 because her situation is very complicated. She has a pre-existing surgery that needs to be done, and so Obamacare is the only thing that would cover that. But Obamacare for her household would be $1,200 a month because her and her husband make too much money. And so to set her up, I'm actually going to recommend that she doesn't have insurance going into the surgery, believe it or not. And she can then just say she's a cash patient, get a discount, they'll write some stuff off, and then she can just make monthly payments for the rest of the bill. And then the actual insurance package or setup that I had planned for her dealt with a share program, a MEC plan to cover the out-of-pockets for doctor's visits and specialist visits, as well as cover all of her preventative care issues, and as well as a small gap plan, the critical illness and critical accident policy, which is fine, but it's just a very complicated setup, especially when I'm recommending not having insurance, because I did all the math out, and if she did have Obamacare, she'd be paying like $2 or $3 grand more by the end of the year than just paying out of pocket for her surgery, because that package that I had wound up for her I had kind of compiled for her, ended up being only like $700, I think, per month in the actual insurance. So that's $500 a month that she'd be saving by not having Obamacare. And then with that extra $500, she could, maybe get a $200 a month payment plan for her surgery that she needs, and still be much better off than going with the expensive ACA plan to begin with. So that's just a lot, especially for someone, I don't know her knowledge of insurance. I'm guessing it's not as good. Well, it's definitely not as good as mine, but most people aren't as well versed in insurance as they actually think, especially when you toss in a share program, because she's not going to understand what the term annual household portion means or visit fee. She's going to be looking for terms like deductible or copay. So it's frustrating. She said, actually, just please email me some information. I'll look it over. I'll give you a call if I have any questions. I'm just sitting here thinking, you're going to have so many questions. And also, I had her scheduled out from 3 to 4, and she lives about out in Elkhorn. And so now I probably won't even get the information out to her until tomorrow or late tonight. Or Sunday even, maybe. Actually, I don't plan on working at all tomorrow on Saturday. I have plans with a girlfriend. So I might not even get her the information she wants now until Sunday or Monday. So it's just very frustrating all around that for whatever reason, she says she looked at her schedule or something, and she thought other issues were more pressing that she had to do. The sense I got personally, but then again, I don't know, but the sense I got was that she didn't want to meet with me for whatever reason. Maybe she's afraid of, quote, salesmen. I don't know, but she's definitely gonna have a lot of questions. I hope I can convince her to meet with me. I hope I can end up convincing her to meet with me. because the setup is just very, very complicated. But so it goes. But right now, like I said, I'm off to my first one-to-one of the day, and I'll let you guys know what good connections or what good advice comes out of meeting with this gentleman. All right, I just got home from my one-to-one with Scott Peterson, who owns Peterson Brothers Printing out at 180, or gosh, definitely not 184th. I don't go that far west. 84th and F Street, right off of the 84th exit on I-80, which was nice and close. So I'm in the Exarban area, so I always like staying east. But it was really cool. Him and I talked about all things from the Republican Party here, about how he got into politics, how he currently still helps candidates, and just kind of my goals and aspirations, which I thought was a pretty, good and interesting, real question, instead of just kind of the fleeting conversations that oftentimes a lot of people will have. But yeah, he owns Peterson Brothers Printing, excuse me. And the biggest takeaway, the best thing to happen was he is going to give me some space in his building to utilize to interview people for Project 402, which was a huge help, because I want to pick up Project 402 and really get back into doing interviews with influential people around the city, and also as the election year comes up, with candidates, preferably candidates from the side I lean towards, but I would be open to having discussions with candidates from all sides. I don't really like the idea of using Project 402 as a political platform, and so I've always looked at Project 402 as an educational series, a show that interviews local business owners to have them share their story and how they came about, a way to interview influential people, running different organizations or giving back to the community in certain unique ways. But now, and then help people learn about those communities and those organizations. But now with the election cycle coming up, it makes me think about how little I truly know about local politics, and definitely I'm involved. I go to the Republican Party meetings, I go to the Young Republican meetings, but just local politics is a whole different beast. I mean, you have the legislature, you have school boards, you have NRD, commissioner, just so many different things that people don't have any idea what those positions do. So my main goal when I'm going to be starting to interview these candidates is not really to advertise for them. Obviously, I would love if they get elected, but it's more so to just kind of help educate those that do watch Project 402's videos, to help educate them on what the different positions in local politics do exactly. Their roles, what they oversee, their responsibilities, etc. And so I'm really excited. I'm really grateful that Mr. Peterson is allowing me to use some of his space at no cost. So look for more Project 402 videos to be coming out this year, and look for them to be more and more political as time goes on. So my one-to-one lasted a little longer than I had anticipated with Scott. Sorry, I had to itch my head. And I'm currently holding a bag of hot Cheetos in my other hand. This was part of my Valentine's Day gift from my girlfriend. I know I harp on trying to eat all natural, but these guys are my weakness, man. They're so delicious. But yeah, the one-to-one, not interview, the one-to-one lasted a little bit longer than I thought. It was an hour and a half about. So it was from 9:30 to 11. So it's 11:04 right now. And I am, the rest of my day I'll be gone for a good amount of time until, I don't think I'll have much time to have dinner. So I'm trying to hold off on eating lunch as long as possible. So hence my little snack. But next I have a ribbon cutting at noon. I probably will skip that, to be honest. I don't really want to. I'd much rather focus on editing more of these videos for everyone, for all of you guys watching. But yeah, I'll probably skip that. Then later I have a ribbon cutting out of OCI, which is an FMO the way insurance works, there's these, I guess you can call them umbrella companies that have the relationships and the connections to the United Healthcares, the Cignas, the Aetnas, etc. And you can't, for certain products, you can't get contracted directly with those carriers, with those insurance companies. And so you have to go through an umbrella company such as OCI to be able to write business with some United Healthcare products, some other insurance companies' products. It mostly is for the senior market, so the Medicare industry. For the under 65 market, most companies will just let you contract direct. But they don't like doing direct usually because, think about it, if you have 10,000 agents nationwide writing business, there's always new products coming out. There's always iterations of current products, and different plans. And if agents are always calling into United Healthcare, calling into different companies and saying, I have a question about this new policy that you just created, or hey, I don't think I got all my commission paid, or there's a pending application that's out, my portal says it needs this, what do I do? That's why these umbrella companies like OCI exist, is to have an intermediary so that the big insurance companies, so Blue Cross doesn't have to hire 20 more employees just to answer agents' questions and to just look into issues for agents. So these in-between companies, these FMOs, they're called field marketing organizations, or IMOs, independent marketing organizations. Those ones tie agents and tie independent brokers like myself to the big insurance companies. And OCI is based out of Omaha, and they just relocated their headquarters out to Elkhorn. And so I do plan on going to that ribbon cutting because I use them for a couple products, I think. I don't remember which ones exactly, which companies. And also, it'd be fun to meet some of the people that I work with, I guess, without really knowing that I work with them. So yeah, I plan on going to that later, but I probably will skip this first ribbon cutting to focus on doing some video editing and computer work for this show. Just editing some videos for you guys, bringing on some new episodes, always with trying to load Bloomberg in the background. I always try to, I always try to watch Bloomberg or put Bloomberg on in the background to keep up with current news and market trends, but it's not loading for some reason. That's frustrating, but I'm going to be editing videos here for a couple hours yet. Just sit down and you probably get some coffee, but I'm just dialed in, always working. Okay, just want to give you guys a quick update into all of my life. When I started this show, I first thought it was only going to be directed at my activities and my daily activities regarding health insurance, regarding insurance in general, and building my brokerage, my agency from scratch, building my book of business. And but it's quickly shifted into, I kind of want to now focus more on just my whole personal brand. Cupboards are off because we're gonna decide to repaint them, just deciding what colors. But I wanted to showcase kind of every aspect of my life, my side hustles, my insurance obviously, but also just kind of what I do for fun and some lifestyle tips and kind of just life hacks, I guess. My way of giving back to you and sharing what I do. I feel as though I live a pretty healthy life as well, and a pretty productive life. And so this, I just want to show you guys real quick. I got some salmon cooking in the oven, but I'm also, with the salmon, I'm going to be eating this. It's a little homemade salad with riced cauliflower, some broccoli, some spinach, some feta cheese, love me some feta cheese, and some salsa. Shout out to my friend Steven, it's going to be backwards I think, Steven with volcanic peppers down in Bellevue. That's by far the best salsa in the world. They also have a ton of dry rubs and hot sauces, etc. But I just wanted to give you guys a little look. Got a piece of hair sticking up. A look into all sorts of aspects of my life, and just wanted to give you a little tip on how to eat healthy. Got some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the mail today. They're all holographic, although you can't really tell. This middle one is super cool. It has some like gold foil around the outside. I'm super excited to have my deck be completed. Only waiting on a few more cards in the mail. Edited a lot of videos. Got several uploaded, which is fantastic. And now I'm heading out to the ribbon cutting for OCI. It's right on 4 o'clock, right on the nose. I'll keep you guys updated after I get done with that.
Give it up for OCI, you guys. Continue to stick around, drink, eat. We got.
So I just got home from the ribbon cutting for OCI. I'm kind of speechless. It was amazing. I have a couple contracts with them right now underneath Anchor Insurance Group. They're right off the I Street exit on 680. No, I think I-80. Yeah, off of I-80. But they are, I mean, OCI. They have such a beautiful new building. It's incredible. You should see some clips from that right before this, with some statistics. Gosh, I can't talk on how many agents and brokers that they help out, annual premium, etc. It's just nuts that they're really connected to so many agents and they help out so many brokers and do a lot of business with insurance companies. And it definitely showed with how gorgeous and how upscale and high end their building was. Part of the reason why I can't talk right now probably is because while I was there, I don't know if the guy was just pulling my chain or not, but I tried a bottle of scotch that apparently costs over $1,000. It's just an open bar and open food for the ribbon cutting, like most are. Their new office is way out in Elkhorn, so it's a little bit of a drive, but it's cool. Like I said, I met up with the owner of Anchor Insurance there. I met with a lady who I had been emailing in the past, talking about contracts and getting to do business with OCI through different carriers, and so it's just kind of cool to see that come full circle and really have me connect with some of their employees that I had met via email in the past. But now I'm going to grab some dinner real quick. I'm making some burgers right now, and then I'm heading off to my friend Kayla's for the February Crazy Sock Crew Social, which is board game night.
Anyone need brick? You need brick?
No.
Done?
Yeah!
That was the closest game.
I won!
That was a Catan I've ever played, though. Like.